Alex Cross, episode 3. Let's do it. Here we have Alex going through a flashback of him and his wife. As we continue to see, Alex is still living in the past. And Alex right now is recalling an event of him and his wife, and she's tying his tie. And as we know, it is their anniversary. But Alex is very distraught at this moment to the point where John has to take the flowers that are meant for his wife to her grave. And I think personally, for Alex to really sit there and really move past his wife's unfortunate demise, he must take those flowers to the grave. John even noticed this. John wants him to sit here and go to therapy and get the help to the point where he had evidence for Alex. And the stipulation for Alex was that you go get some help. And like with anybody with baggage, he does it reluctantly because it's so bad to the point that the same radio host that y'all both used to listen to, you confess with the fake name talking about how much you miss her. That shows, bro. And deep down, I understand that is a very uncomfortable thing to do, but it must be talked about. And throughout the episode, you will see certain scenes of him just replaying like loving memories of her, which is nothing wrong when trying to remember good things about a loved one, but realize you need to move on with your life. And with that all going on, we have our boy Ed. Ed shows obsessiveness and shows perfection. The reason why I say this is because this man got very distraught at the fact that Sharon has a skin condition to the point where he got mad and angry and started to project that onto her. And that his current goal is to make Sharon look like Aileen. Now, if you don't know, this woman is notorious for unaliving 7 men. And it made me start to think that this is his way of paying homage to certain people who went on a certain type of spree, which I think he aspires to be a part of. And honestly, he feels very angry at the fact on how they were handled in the past. Just watch his overall demeanor. It really blows me. These two right here made me mad, like angry, bro. Because in this moment, they're trying to force a scenario that didn't happen. That man did not get unalived by drugs. And deep down, I think the chief wants somebody to be a yes man. Is this lieutenant right here that's coming with this whole theory? Like, yes, it was drugs. It was drugs. But in actuality, it's not. But what Alex do with that same report that lieutenant made, he decides to get a warrant on Price Street. And as this is going on, Ed was prepared for this. Ed has soundproofing built inside of the house. And at this moment, we see Sharon going through helplessness because as much as she want to scream and let them know that she is in distress, there's nothing she can do about it at this moment. And in a very sick way, he gets off on this. And honestly, I think he gets a thrill out of the chase of being pursued. And while I was thinking about it, it makes me wonder, did Ed send Brenda to take out Alice? Because at the beginning of the episode, she was given a note and also a pew to be like, hey, I'm going to need you to take care of him. And unfortunately, she is unsuccessful because the gun had misfired, meaning that in a way, when I heard about it, it feels like he's being taunted, which is going to make Alice paranoid even grow more. And it continues to show. Here we have a map of a gravesite where Maria is located in. That leads to Alex and John both going back there and wondering why there is a dress on the tree. So right now they're contemplating. They're trying to understand, like, what is the next clue? And Alex has the idea that there is a secret interest in the same house that he had got a warrant for. And without proceeding to get another warrant, they end up finding an interest that leads down to where Sharon is located at. Then there's another thing that I saw in the scene particularly as well, is that this same insignia that we saw in the barista is also on the person that's taking care of the house. Meaning, I honestly think there is a cult in hand. Reason being, because during the episode, Ed sends a message with that same insignia where he has a little bickering conversation with Caitlin. And Caitlin at this time is being blackmailed by Ed. Reason being is because her husband and her, who are part of that same cult, he just got caught up with a 13-year-old doing things that he should not be doing. And it just makes you realize how sick people are in the show. On top of that, Ed is very conniving. And Ed is looking like the type of person, I'm going to do anything to get what I want. And with John and Alex discovering the secret entrance downstairs, Bobby is desperate. Bobby does not want to get caught up with the law. And Ed is watching this at the current moment while he was talking to Caitlin. And at this moment, he is telling Ed through the camera, if you don't give me $2.2 million, I'm going to take care of her. In which, honestly, I feel like Ed needs to cut all ties, but he want to finish his pet project. And honestly, between the both of them, I think eventually their heads are going to collide and somebody is not going to walk out of the situation because it's too much attached to them. And what's crazy is while Bobby was taking Sharon out and escaping, he left this book behind. And honestly, I think this is going to be at the cross residence and it's going to lead to Bobby getting that book. Now, will he get caught up? We'll just have to see. But overall, this series is really starting to take a turn. And honestly, with everything Ed is doing, he's eventually going to get sloppy. And a part of me feels like the next pet project that he's going to have is going to be Alex's kids. Now, that is just an educated guess, but who knows? Will Sharon survive? We'll just have to see.